which Japheth used to live up there, but Esau had pushed him out. Now, right below that, you have on the ancient map, you have Meshech and Tubal, where below that you have Turkey. Then, what is it? West of that, you have, Germany. You have Italy. You have France. All right, you have all these different European countries. That's why, if you notice, France, you have the U.S., the U.K., and France. France led the attack as of the 19th. They're already attacking targets in Libya today. So the U.S. is trying to play the back, so to speak. But the U.S. is going to take the forefront. All right. Now, if you notice, the brother read that when they pursuant to United Nations Resolution 1973 or United Nations Security Council Resolution 1973, Hillary Clinton had a speech and she kept mentioning, she didn't say United Nations, she said Resolution 1973, which is really United States Security Resolution 1973. You have what's called a Security Council, which consists of the UK, the US, France, Russia, and China. Those are the permanent members. Then you have non-permanent members, such as Germany. If you scroll down, it'll give you the non-permanent members. All right, Germany is one of them. I believe Italy is one of them. The ones that don't have bold case letters, those are the non-permanent security members. Right, Nigeria is one of them. Portugal, and so forth and so on. All right, South Africa is one of them. But the permanent members are these major nations. UK is a major nation. The US is a major nation. All right. Everything is centered around the U.S. according to the scriptures. That's Babylon the Great, not the Roman Catholic Church. It's the so-called United States of America. All right. Now, like I said, Russia and China, those are two nations that they didn't accept it. They said this is going to make things worse and cause problems on a geopolitical level. Now, if you scroll up, there was another one that was along with Russia and China who was against it. If you see it, let me know. But the main two was Russia and China. I think Brazil was against it, and there was another nation, if I'm not mistaken. Right, right. That list right there. Right. It says approved. I think it was 10. Right, abstain. I believe it's 5. Right. Brazil was one of them. And if you notice, Barack Obama is down in Brazil right now as we're speaking. All right. What's the others?
China.
Go ahead.
Germany.
Right. Germany. India. And Russia. All right. They abstain from that action. So we're going to read in the scriptures the reason why they abstain, because this is the Most High's prophecy. See, they think they're doing their thing, but they're doing the Most High's thing. They're going into the Middle East because it was set up by the prophecies of the Most High for them to go into the Middle East. The main goal is to go into Iran. And when they go into Iran, like the elder said earlier, the only other prophecy that's really left is trying to mark everybody with that chip. And then the destruction of World War III, Armageddon.
And then if you watch the movie Handmaid's Tale, now in that movie, when they gathered everybody and they put them in trucks and they shipped them out, notice that when they were in that big ass warehouse, they had the women, and the women had to come before the one guy, and then they would stick their hand in this machine, and the machine would put one of those UPC codes, but it was in the form of a bracelet. But they want to actually put it under the skin, but it was in the form of a bracelet, letting you know that when the New World Order comes in, they're going to make people take the chip.
Yeah, that's why I said what I said about all these guys popping up, doing videos. They're back on the so-called Israelite tip. You know, trying to go out on the highways and the byways, making videos on YouTube and so forth. Which, you know, when we first came on YouTube, which was the month of July 2007, you didn't see too many guys out there, Israelites. You saw some of them, but you didn't see too many. Now they really started popping up when we came on the scene, when the Most High put us on YouTube. So now within the last 6 months, the last year, really the last 3 months, you see a lot of guys, a lot of new faces popping up. Like I said, they're trying to get on the right side of the Most High. But the Most High is not going to accept them. All right? Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. This is Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
That's right. Now let's go back to where we left off.
Ezekiel 38 verse 3. I'm sorry, 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws.
Right, that's why they abstain from that decision to go into Libya. But you know what? It's like I said, it's going to lead to them, to U.S. and the U.K., mainly the U.S., to go into Iran. And then Russia has economic interests in Iran. And that's when Russia is going to get involved, and most likely China is going to get involved. So that's what's going to set off that third world war, the war of Armageddon, the end of this society, the end of this system. So we're in that time.
And then you notice that America is always trying to make like a treaty with Russia. They're trying to get in their good graces. They're trying to be like friends, so to speak. But every time that comes up, the Most High always sets something up to make that friendship kind of dissolve, because it's prophecy. The Most High said He's going to turn them back. It says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. Thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will